Welcome everyone to the 3-year anniversary of this channel. So first I would like to say thank you everyone for watching my content. And as usual now, I guess, let's look at the last year of content. And I want to do this video without any editing. So let's just start with the video after the last one of these videos. Was the weird country names, which I'm surprised I could stretch to 9 minutes. Then after that, how to puppet Germany as Poland. Yeah, that strategy me and my friend found, although he was the one who thought of this. But we were in a game together and he just made this up, and I tried it and it indeed worked. And it should still work to this day. So yeah, it's possible to puppet Germany as Poland in 1937, which just sounds insane as it is, but it's true. Then surviving as Ethiopia in the chaos mod, yeah, that was quite chaotic indeed. Then Georgia on my mind, which is now possible. This achievement has been possible since the By Blood Alone new peace conferences. Well, I guess it was still possible before that because the achievement was added with, I don't know, I think Man the Guns, that should be it. But it was very difficult, even more difficult than it is now. And it would have basically required a world conquest. So, yeah. After that, All Quiet on the Western Front, I made this as a more serious video, one of the few very serious videos I have, because the movie is about a very serious topic, and I think I mostly succeeded in being serious this time around. But of course, you, the audience, be the judge. Then By Beer Alone, which was just basically a filler video because it's really insanely easy. Then next I started the Road to 56 A to Z series, which is 8 months old, and I just barely passed the letter A like a few weeks ago, so I'm incredibly fast, I know. But I was surprised that I could even take Iran or Iran, whatever, as Afghanistan. And by the way, now Road to 56 has an Afghanistan focus tree, and I think Iran has one, as well as Iraq. Yeah, yeah, I'm pretty confident about Iraq, not so much about Iran, but Afghanistan does have one, but it didn't 8 months ago. Whatever. Next video was defeating the allies in Hoi 4 and Hoi 3. Of course, in Hoi 4 it's basically a piece of cake as Germany. Then in Hoi 3 it was just miserable, I think is the right adjective to use here. Yeah, it's safe to say I don't know how to play Hoi 3 at all, and the tutorial sucks. Sucks major ass. So yeah, you can kind of see the result here. Like, France took all of this, and Germany, me, was left with just this. Yeah, Hoi 3 is one of the games of all time. Then I reviewed every single Just Dance up to that point, so Just Dance 2024 edition isn't included in that. But anyway, this was one of the like passion projects, mega projects of mine, and I finally was able to make it. And it got 207 views, so not that much, but by the scope of my channel it's about average, I would say. Also, I forgot to point out that defeating the allies was, by the scope of my channel, incredibly popular, as well as puppeting Germany, like damn, 13,000 views. I think that's like the 4th most viewed video. I mean, for good reason, you can do this somehow. So yeah, I understand that one, but yeah, I kinda see why this is this has more views than usual, kinda too. Then Arms Against Tyranny was announced, and I made myself a mission, sort of, to like inform you guys about whatever the dev diaries were saying. But of course, Bitter still beat me to it, as always. I'm not rivaling him or anything with 500 subs, so yeah, but still, you get it, I hope. So much of the content until release was this, just dev diary videos every like Wednesday or Thursday or whenever Paradox decided to release it. Then I defeated the allies without producing anything, which it turned out to be very easy. Then again, dev diary video, then the yearly update about how my cookie clicker campaign goes. Of course, next June 18th, I think, the year 4 video will be released, as always. Then another dev diary. Then I tried to do kind of the same thing with the Just Dance 2024 previews. And by the way, I still agree with this statement. My name shouldn't exist. It's even worse than the usual troll choreos, but I'm not going to rant about it right now. Then I tried to play Albania, and the Axis was totally incompetent because Poland was still alive in 1941 somehow, as well as France, and I was playing Albania trying to reform, or I mean just form Albania, Egypt or whatever. So yeah, the Axis was completely incompetent for literally no reason, despite the game being on historical. But anyway, another dev diary video, then Turnip Boy commits tax evasion, which is a game I would recommend to anyone who even has a speck of a sense of humor. And of course, I will review sometime the new game Turnip Boy Robs a Bank. I just don't have it yet, but I will. Then I tried to reunite Italy in Kaiserreich as socialist Italy, and mind you, this was the socialist Italy before the update, so it still had that tiny useless focus tree. Then we started the mega campaign with Marus and Halfbot. It's up to 3 episodes right now because Marus is having some personal things to take care of that I'm obviously not gonna mention because privacy. So yeah, it will be back. I just don't really know when, but should be soon. No promises though. And nobody else I know has Imperator other than Marus and Halfbot. So yeah, and only me and Halfbot would be kind of boring with no cartridge and stuff. So yeah, next episode is coming. We just don't really know when. But it's still kind of chaotically fun, if that makes sense, to figure out how the hell Imperator Rome works. Because none of us played it before or since, really, to understand Imperator Rome better. So yeah, it will have the usual chaos that these 3 episodes did. Then another dev diary. Then I think the most recent Mici rants. I could be wrong though. But anyway, it was about Twitter being renamed to X, and I still to this day believe that it was one of the stupidest fucking choices ever made, at least in this decade so far, or maybe even this millennium, although that could be argued. But anyway, the point is, I think that it still should be called Twitter, and I still do call it Twitter, and I call the posts tweets, and I always will. So yeah, I'm not gonna call it X. Then Andorra. Yeah, what do you want me to say here, honestly? So Andorra. Then we watched the Pokemon Presents with Marus. It was one of the Pokemon Presents of all time, that's for sure. Then the next mega campaign where Halfbot was involved. Then Argentina, which was strangely kind of fun, to be honest. I could have kept going up here or into Brazil or whatever, but when I invaded Ecuador, they decided to join the Allies, and you know what that means in Hoi 4, so yeah, but at least I could take the Falklands and rename them to Las Malvinas. So I got 2 achievements in that video, I think. Then the next and currently most recent mega campaign video. Then I started the Every Territorial Anomaly in Insert Continent's Name Here Explained series, and I love doing that series. It's just that it can be incredibly controversial or information very hard to come across. And yeah, that's why there's so many months, weeks, there's so much time between the episodes, because it's very hard to research, and it's another very hard thing to write the script to not offend anyone and to sound impartial, because that's the goal, just to inform the viewer without saying that this area belongs and should belong to this country. You get it, I think. So I want to be impartial, but it's not that it's difficult, it's just gaining information that's the difficult part. And then I reviewed Layers of Fear on the Switch, and this was my first and maybe last, but since the last podcast review, so there's no visuals other than this graphic thing playing. I was going to publish that in a podcast format, like, you know, with a square thumbnail and shit, but I don't really have an excuse. I just didn't end up making that, and I was going to make more of these podcast reviews. I just never ended up making them, but I still want to, and if you want to, then comment down below. I would be happy to. And it's not like well, whatever. Then I visited Gamescom, which was an incredible experience, and I will be back this year, of course. Welcome to Hall 6, Bozo. I still love that, even though I don't play any Hoyoverse anything. Yeah, that was an experience. You can just watch the video again. It was great. Then some more Dev Diary, then more Just Dance preview things, and more Dev Diary, and yeah, Hui for Formable series, which I forgot that exists. I should continue it, to be honest, but I just kind of forgot and will forget in about 10 minutes that it exists. So yeah, but I ended up forming Turkestan, which is not difficult, really. I mean, I think they patched out Order 66, so it should be just about impossible now, but at the time it definitely was, that's the point. Then I reviewed Counter-Strike 2, before like it sort of matured, I guess, because Steam still had it listed as CSGO and stuff, and I'm still salty about no arms race or any of the extra game modes. Where the hell are they? And why were they cut? I still don't understand. I very sometimes play some CS2 with friends, but it's not like I play every day or every week. Then I tried to survive as Alsa, and that went just about as well as you might expect. Then Hoi for Achievement Guides, The Return of the King. Oh right, when you get the king in Götland and stuff. Yeah, I don't know how anyone is supposed to figure how to do this achievement without a guide. So that's what I've done and made again. Then the Just Dance 2024 edition review. I still think this is true, inching towards AAA. It wants to be AAA, but it's not. I mean, the last sort of AAA Just Dance still was 2022. No matter how many Disney songs or Eurovision songs will be put in it, the main like frame has to be working correctly first. Then more Road to 56 with Australia, which was strangely sort of fun. Then Every Dispute in the Americas, which the ICJ cares about, unlike the African ones or any of the other ones, to be honest. Then the Brexit Achievement Guide, which is the only one that's kind of doable as Iceland. The others are beyond me. Then Hungarian Place Colonial Empire mod, és ez a mod még mindig kibaszott jó, tehát nem tudom mit szívtak azok, akik ezt csinálták, de hát ez nagyon vicces lett, az is biztos. Mindenféle belsős poénnal és egyebekkel, hát mindenkinek csak ajánlani tudom, főleg azoknak, akik most értik, hogy mit mondok. Then, right, this is the most recent Mici rants about the worst fucking Discord update ever made. And yes, of course, I still believe this to be the case. But fortunately, if you watch No Text to Speech, he made a video about how to revert this god-awful fucking update, and I will put that in the description, so you can at least change the mobile UI back. You can't really revert the desktop icons back. I mean, there might be some Vencord plugins for that or something, but as far as I know, it's only the mobile thing to revert. Then this was kind of a filler episode, because I really didn't want to do Europe, because that was more controversial than I thought. So as a filler, I just made Oceania, which has a grand total of 4 disputes, 3 of which involve non-Oceanian nations, and 2 of those are the US. So draw your own conclusions, I suppose. Then I uploaded a random game we had. I was just like, should I upload this? The guys said sure, and I did. That's about it. Then for the Christmas special, I guess, this was my 4th idea, so yeah, you can tell that it's not that great. Home by Christmas, and I technically defeated the Entente by Christmas, but I didn't really know how Great War works. Yeah, if I had accepted their surrender, then I would have gotten a bunch of shit. But this way, it was just a prolonged war, and France needed to not own basically anything to capitulate for some reason. Then the most recent Road to 56 A to Z episode about Austria, which I would have thought would have been more interesting as the communist Austria, because Austria-Hungary is just... It's what everyone does, you know. And it ended up being a sort of humiliating struggle against just Hungary with the help of all the allies plus Italy. So, yeah, Hungary can be very well defended, I suppose. And then the most recent video, up until the publication of this one that you're watching right now. And by the way, I'm recording this 2 days in advance. So right now, as I'm recording this, it's January 27th. And the Kaiserreich video most likely isn't going to come out until 2 days in my future. So the most recent video is Every Territorial Anomaly in Europe Explained. All I can say about this video is that it was very fun, but very hard to research and write. I mean, you don't know how fun it is until you try it, I suppose. So researching and writing sounds incredibly boring, but it's not really, unless you don't care about the subject. So if you research and write about things you don't care about, then of course it's gonna be boring as hell. But if you're interested in kind of geopolitics, I guess, like how I am, I still don't know why I am, I just am, then it can be pretty fun. And you might have noticed that I colored Azerbaijan, Armenia and Georgia in on the thumbnail, when on the Wikipedia screenshot they are not colored in, but the video includes them, so I felt it was appropriate. And since it's 20 minutes long, you can tell if you haven't watched it or are not well versed in this thing, that there are much more border disputes in Europe than I or you might have thought. Yeah, there just is a lot of them. And I have right now, as of recording, 558 subscribers, which is just about double by since the last like state of the channel address video, I suppose, since this one. So I would like to say again that I am incredibly grateful, as always, and if that happens again, by the next year I could be even monetized, because that starts at 1,000 subs. Right now I could have what are they called? Channel memberships. That's the thing. I could have channel memberships, but obviously with 558 subs, nobody would buy them. So yeah, whatever. We also have a Discord server, but like pretty much nobody joined that. But it's still there, I guess. Well, it doesn't even have a name because nobody is there. I just kind of forget it exists. So yeah, that's about it. That's about all I wanted to say for this video. So yeah, I am incredibly grateful, as always, as I have said multiple times in this video already. And here's to another kind of successful year. I consider this year successful because yeah, doubling the subs, some videos that have gotten a lot of views, like the Poland video or something. Also this video, which took a good while to make, didn't really get that much views, but I'm still proud of myself that I was able to finally make it. And the only other continent left to cover is Asia. Well, I can't say when I will make that, but I want to make it this year, question mark. That's still ambiguous enough, I guess, in the beginning of the year. Yeah, that has like at least 5 times the Europe amount of disputes, and like at least half of them involve China, or Taiwan, or whatever you want to refer them as. And so, you know, I will have to explain the Taiwan situation, the South China Sea, Israel, and all that area. So yeah, I think you can understand why it will take a good while. Yeah, so for like the 5 billionth time this video, thank you for watching. I am really grateful that so many people have subscribed. It's not that much in the grand scheme of things, but I still have to appreciate it. It's a lot more than 0. I couldn't probably wrap my head around if like 558 people stood in front of me or something. Yeah, thank you for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe, which totally isn't a stolen like phrase or something from Plain Rock 124, but it sounds good. So thank you for watching. Comment, subscribe, and like, and I'll see you in whatever the next video is, which will probably be the Kaiserreich video sometime, I guess. Goodbye, everyone.